Also a really big fan of this setup here. This is Kahina Falls, or Five Sisters. 2 on the left, 3 on the right. Just a really pretty set of falls up here. Love to come out here and hang out at one of these pools, but a couple things are slowing me down. One, Robinson family hasn't invited me over yet. That's the owners of this valley. And 2, there's no way up here. No roads, no trails. That's pretty normal for Kauai. About 70% of the island is considered inaccessible by land, which is pretty wild when you think about it. Like 3/4 of the island you can't get to, except by helicopter.
You said inaccessible, right?
Yeah, inaccessible. Yeah, most of the island you can't get to. And a lot of it's in the middle here. Like you kind of look around and it's rugged mountains, jungle. No roads anywhere. Not even trails.
Why is that? Why they didn't put any trails or anything? Too difficult?
I think some of it's difficulty, some of it's complicated ownership. Like a lot of the island is privately owned. Like for this valley, for example, like they could put a path in here if they want.
Cool. Amazing, it's privately owned, huh?
Yeah, because they got here really early, before the U.S. took control of the island, and they bought it directly from Kamehameha III about 150 years ago. That's the Robinson family. You may hear about them on other tours because they've got a lot of land, so they're hard not to bump into them.
So what do they do with like this land? Just like,
I mean, not a whole lot out here. They've got a couple houses. You can see the little white walls on that ridge across the valley there.
yeah.
So they got a couple homes, but I mean that's not a lot for this whole gigantic valley.
They can have a good tourist business.
Yeah, they should do tours to the waterfalls. You're going to see a pretty dramatic change in the terrain here. We're moving towards the dry side, so like on our left you can see the fields are a lot more like kind of beige and brown. And in front of us you're going to see exposed dirt instead of just everything covered in trees and bushes. And all the islands have, all the Hawaiian islands have microclimates. It's basically due to the really consistent wind we have out here, called the trade winds. So all the winds coming in from the northeast, and then that's how the water gets on the island, right? You're taking wet air from the ocean, bringing it on land, but a lot of it gets blocked by the mountains. And so you see the clouds build up kind of in the center of the island. That's pretty normal. How I told you, like, there's always clouds over there? That's why. It's because the moisture gets kind of stuck on the mountains there. And so it gives us this dry side over here on this side, the southwest corner. This one we're over right now is Olokele, and then the big one up ahead, that's Waimea. And together, this whole region is called the Grand Canyon of the Pacific.
I told my daughter if she wants to get rid of a body, she can throw it in there and nobody'd ever find it.
You couldn't find it?
No, I said if you wanted to throw a body in there,
Oh.
nobody'd find it.
Yeah. The red soil of Kauai is due to high iron content, so it's actually rusting to make it red like this. So it will stain your clothes. Be careful what you wear when you're going out hiking or other messy activities. There was actually a company that would make dirt shirts, so they'd sell these red shirts that were dyed using the soil from the island.
Is that the crazy shirts?
I don't know about crazy shirts. They're like mostly red. They're not all that crazy. I don't know.
No, you know, they have all kinds of dye. They did like a pineapple dye.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fun. Is it yellow or green?
It's yellow.
Okay. Huh. That's fun. So this is Waimea Canyon here. You can drive up here. There's a road that runs along the ridge. Some nice lookouts, as well as a hike in the back of the valley called Canyon Trail, about 1.5 miles.
We went up there like Sunday, but it was so cloudy, couldn't see anything.
That does happen sometimes. Usually it's not so bad here, but towards, like if you take the road all the way to the top, there's like a little golf ball up there, an old NASA tracking station. That place gets really cloudy all the time. that one's tough to see. So on top of the island here, there's cottages. They're basically off of that main canyon road. There's dirt roads. And people built some cottages and campsites up here. You can hunt for pigs, goats, black-tailed deer. But no predators on the island, so the populations for all those animals tends to just kind of keep going up.
Do you guys have a lot of wild pigs here?
Oh yeah, a lot of wild pigs.
That's interesting.
Even more than the chickens.
Really? I thought the chickens were the biggest population in this island.
Yeah. Well, someone told me there's 3 times as many as chickens as there are people, and 2 times as many pigs as there are chickens.
Oh my gosh.
Like there's a lot of pigs out here. But the thing is, they're shy. They don't run around the neighborhood, so you don't see them. But the chickens are fearless. They're everywhere.
Chickens are everywhere. And, you know, it's weird that we see that in odd places, like in a freeway. Like, what are they doing there?
I don't know. They're literally everywhere.
Do people take them home and test them?
I mean, I guess you could.
It's not anything like they're protected or it's illegal to take them or...
Well, you need to worry about like animal cruelty laws, you know, but other than that, like if you're treating it well, I think it's fine. And I've known people to, you know, kill them occasionally.
Got it.
Well, you know you got to catch them first.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. You gotta catch it first. Well, you could set up a trap pretty easy. Like, they're everywhere. You can see Niihau off our left side here, that big island. That was actually the Robinsons' first purchase. When they came over here, they got shown, Kamehameha III showed them around the island. They saw how like beautiful everything was. They're like, oh yeah, okay, we want some land. He's like, okay, I've got an island to sell you. 15,000 in gold, please. They pay him. They go over to check out their new island. It's like a desert island. It's not at all like Kauai. So they were kind of bummed out. They came back and they're like, hey, you know, sell us some good land. And that's how they ended up with Hanapepe Valley as well as some other holdings. They're one of the biggest landholders out here. And they got most of it very cheap.
What's that tower on the left side, like the white...
Yeah, these white balls coming up, that's the new NASA tracking station. And the old one is that golf ball up there on the ridge. But they're basically the same thing. It's like their radar for tracking satellites and spaceships and stuff. But I think they moved it down here so that they could have like clear without people flying in front of them all the time. That's why we're staying on this side. They're pointing out to the west, and so we don't want to get in their way. That's why that Waimea Road actually got built, was so the NASA guys could get to work up there.